Let's see, fifth commandment, sixth commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. Oh boy, no, I didn't do that. That includes anything of a sexually illicit nature, impure thoughts, fantasizing about sexual things. Only inside the context of marriage is sexual pleasure permitted. Now today we have a lot of bad fuzzy thinking, a lot of bad teaching on it. In case I know in this parish you've never been taught bad, you've got a great pastor, but some places they got a lot of goofy teaching going on. Sexual relations of any kind, thought, word, action, is permitted only inside the context of marriage. Thinking about it, knowingly and willingly, is a sin. Jesus said the man who commits adultery in his mind has already committed adultery. Now, nowadays we have a lot of help. Television, pornography, bad deal. Very bad. Makes it much more difficult for a lot of people. Often we don't talk about these sins because we're embarrassed. People aren't taught. Well, I'm not embarrassed. I'm going to tell you straight out. As I said before, I'm not going to hell for any of you. Therefore, I will not risk being negligent. Impure thoughts, sin against the sixth commandment. Masturbation, mortal sin. There are any number of moral morons teaching, even in the Catholic Church, who say otherwise. May the Lord rebuke them, we humbly pray. They're doing the devil's work. Look, I'm sympathetic to anybody's human weakness. I truly am. But that doesn't excuse that which is intrinsically wrong. Masturbation's a mortal sin, objectively taken. I'm not saying you have committed mortal sin. Maybe you didn't know it. Okay. Maybe you didn't fully intend. Maybe you're addicted to it. You know, that happens to people, you know. They're enslaved to it, and they find it difficult to break it. The habituated nature of the action constitutes a mitigating factor which diminishes the guilt, but you've got to break free of it. Sexual relations of any kind outside of marriage are a sin against the sixth commandment, or the ninth. You know, what constitutes sexual relations, you know, barring not too distant past presidential forays into that area? It's all a bad deal. It's all sin. Okay? Mortal sin. Okay? You get the picture. Adultery, even worse. That's not only a sin against the sixth commandment, that's a sin against justice. You commit adultery with somebody else's spouse, you not only sin against yourself and the person you're sinning with, you're sinning against the spouse who's been cheated on. Very serious. Seventh commandment, thou shalt not steal. You can't take what doesn't belong to you, including stealing your boss's time. Oh, well, maybe we all do a little bit here and there. Okay, you say, yeah, but I come in early sometimes. Okay, it balances out all right. You know what's what between you and God. But if you take something that doesn't belong to you, stop it. Confess it. All right, the eighth, sin against truth. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Well, all the sins against truth, lying, slander, libel. You know what slander is? It's when you badmouth somebody, you say something, usually a lie, to hurt someone verbally. Libel, it's in writing. Detraction, where you attack someone, disclosing their faults to other persons. You know, that Mr. So-and-so is having an affair with so-and-so, and he did this and he did this. You happen to know that because you saw him sneaking out of the Shady Lane Motel or something, and you disclose that. That is the sin of detraction. Yeah, but it's true, though. You can't even disclose it if it's true. You don't believe me? Read it in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Can't do it. Gossiping. Ooh, we love to gossip. Makes us feel better somehow. Right? Tearing down other people makes us seem better. All those sins against truth, they got to go. They are very displeasing to God. 9th and 10th, coveting our neighbor's goods or our neighbor's wife, husband, whatever. An inordinate desire to have what other people have. Now, that doesn't mean wanting to get ahead in life, trying your best, being good at what you do, providing a nice living for your family. That's fine. It means an inordinate, driving, compulsive desire to have what everybody else has or what somebody else has. You know, they have a better house than me, and I'm going to get it no matter what it takes. So there you have it, the 10 Commandments. If you don't know them, if you haven't memorized them, if you can't just examine your conscience by using the 10 Commandments, then learn. Just do it. It's not that hard. It's easy. Kid stuff. Confession. It's power. It's a sacrament. It is the first step to happiness and to peace. Please, please, make a good confession and make it a regular practice to go to confession. Remember this, if you can't even get to the battlefield, how are you going to fight the war? God bless you.